Bismillahi rahmani raheem.
In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful.
قل يا ayyuhal kaafiroon.
Say, O disbelievers.
Say, O unbelievers, when the Quraysh saw that despite their violent opposition, the number of Muslims went on increasing, they tried to offer various inducements and compromises to the Prophet. Peace and blessing be upon him. Among the compromises was the proposal that their idols should be worshipped by everyone for one whole year, and the next year, Allah should alone be worshipped, and so alternately. Or, they said, you worship Allah if you like, but just do not miscall and condemn our idols. These ingenious suggestions were the Quraysh version of having cake and eating it. They all believed in Allah but wanted to offer their supplications only to idols, who imposed no restrictions and obligations on them. What they could not tolerate was that their totally permissive polytheism should be abolished, and they should be forced to follow Allah's straight path, the Sharia with all its restrictions. This surah was the emphatic answer, once and for all, to every proposal of this type.
لا أعبد ما تعبدون.
I do not worship that which you worship.
ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد.
Nor do you worship the one whom I worship.
Tafseer Taqi-Usmani mentions, verse 2 and 3 speaks of the present position, while verses 4 and 5 declare that the position will remain the same for all times to come in future, because their formula is not acceptable at all.
ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم.
And neither I am going to worship that which you have worshipped.
ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد.
Nor will you worship the one whom I worship.
لكم دينكم ولي دين.
For you is your faith, and for me, my faith. The message of these verses is timeless. It is not restricted to the pagan Quraysh and the age of the Prophet. Peace and blessings be upon him. The last, summing up verse, in particular, speaks to all those who are devoted to the idols of this worldly era. Liberal causes, democracy, art and culture, unlimited personal freedoms, unfettered capitalist economics, and who insist on subordinating religion to their secular values. Muslims are familiar with the various suggestions put forward by the Western commentators in the interests of a better relationship between Islam and the West. They invariably involve concessions to be made by Muslims, allow full equality to women, give up the ban on interest, forget about jihad and your criminal code, and so on. But these are, of course, attempts to make Islam toothless and inoffensive to the secular sensibility. Believers firm in faith know this very well. They know that their basic belief system is strictly mandated by Allah and cannot be modified by men. The real conflict is not about details but about the fundamental creed. Do you believe in Allah, and do you submit to Him without reservations? If your faith is pure, as this surah envisages, then you will not let it be polluted by secular compromises.